Broadcast live.
Peace, peace, folks. Welcome to Stogie T presents Verse of the Month for the month of September. I'll tell you a story. I don't know if it was 2003 or 2002. Squatter Camp got signed to Gallo Music, major label deal. You know, it was a South African major label, and it was incredible. It was one of the biggest things to ever happen to South African hip hop. We all felt like we arrived. Squatter Camp came from the club, came from the streets with us. You know, they were in ciphers with us, they were in battles with us, they were, you know what I mean, rocking mics every other weekend in these clubs in Tembisa, in Soweto, in Leondale, you know. So it was a big thing. It was a huge moment for hip hop. But something weird started to happen right around the time when they were about to release their album. You know, people started saying, or right after the album came out, people started saying things like, see, this is real South African hip hop. Cats rapping in vernac, cats talking about South African stuff, you know? And all those other guys, the ones with their little twang, the ones in the burbs, the ones in the what, you know what I mean? Anything that didn't look like Squatter Camp or sounded like Squatter Camp, people were saying was not real hip hop. And we, from that point, we could see that they were trying to sell us some bullshit. Not Squatter Camp, but the people that swoop in once you build something beautiful and precious, you know? Started to try and marginalize people, try and remove people from a culture that we're all involved in, you know? I tell you that story to tell you this. It's happened every time in hip hop. Every time someone innovates something that blows up, it happens all the time. It's happened with what they call the South. It's happened with trap. It's happened with grime in the UK. It's, you know what I mean? In some places in Europe right now, you know, you have like a French kid say to a black kid in New York, what you're doing is not real hip hop because you Versace, you know? And there's always these moments in hip hop where someone innovates and people feel like, yo, that's not the true core hip hop, you know? And in South Africa, we've seen an explosion of what I suppose people call trap music. Is it hip hop? If it is, it's garbage hip hop. It's not good. These guys are not talented. They're just kind of making stuff up. They just kind of vibing, you know? And I only recognize two types of hip hop: dope hip hop and whack hip hop. You know, I think that you have to recognize when you hear something and it captures people, and it captures people's story, captures people's moments, you know, is a snapshot of where we are today, you know. And a lot of what's happening in South African hip hop, you know, is that. When I looked at the releases for September, it was J Molly, it was Deleuze, it was MT, you know, Benchmark did some stuff, A Reese did some, like, so much of it is like not what people would call, yo, that true hop, that true school hip hop, you know. But I've been to those true school hip hop places. I've been to those venues and it's like 5 dudes, like head nodding to like some joint from 20 years ago. I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want that. I'm about progress. I'm about progress. I'm about movement. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry to rant and rave, but you know, to give you some long speech, but that is the theme for me for September, for the list of September. I think that from someone who is considered an OG, or, you know, who started at the inception of this thing out here, at least when it was blowing up, I feel like it's important to recognize that there's real talent out there. There is bullshit, but there's real talent out there, and the DNA is the same. We all come from the same place. Who am I to say that dude's not hip hop? Especially when, hey man, you know, he writes them rhymes down or doesn't write them rhymes down the way, you know, we all do, and they come out a little different. You know what I mean? So yeah. Anyway, respect. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the list of September, my number 9 is J Marley.
I almost spent 200 on my wrist. Still fucking cash up on a Uber till I whip. I can't cop a car unless that bitch a ghost. Spineless bitches, I see through them like a ghost.
I don't even know if J Marley considers himself an MC, but J Marley's definitely in the culture. I don't see J Marley at no rock concert. I don't see him at a R&B concert. I see him at the hip hop spots. I see him with MCs. I see him, you know, bodying niggas on their own joints sometimes. You know what I mean? Whether it's on the hook or whether it's on a verse. You know, the joint on his album, he released an album, beautiful album as well. He rocks with PH out there, Raw X Studios. Shout out to PH. But yeah, my number 9 for the month of September is J Marley's 200 on my wrist. I really fuck with it. You know, I think the thing that always jumps out to me with trap is always how like slick the shit is. You know, just how like first it's just melodic, it's beautiful, it's really great melodically, but it's slick, man. He's talking his shit. You know, he's out there talking about, okay, yeah, you educated, but I could pay for your whole tuition. You know, he's talking that, yo, I don't have a trust fund, but you know, the family's on me. You know what I mean? I'm taking care of the family, which is like, I mean, if you see J Marley, you know, you're like, yo, this little nigga, what? So, you know, but shout out to J Marley. 200 on my wrist is number 9. We only got 9 for this month, but that's a good number. That's a good number. All right, my number 8 is a dude I've never heard of, Mali D. Shout out to Slick on Life, man. They got the crazy research team, man. These niggas find everyone. So shout out to Mali D. He's my number 8 with a song called Chasing Ghosts.
Nobody gon' give it to me, so I have to take it. Luckily, I always had it. I never had to fake it. Still pouring my life up in the studio. You playing? That's why you a rival. That's my cue to go. Giving you my life story.
Just kind of succinct verse, like just you know, not crazy acrobatic or anything like that. It's just like very clear, talking about the industry and where he sees himself in the industry and what he's trying to do with the music, you know. So I really like that it was clear. Sometimes simple's better, you know. So yo, shout out to Mali D, Chasing Ghosts, my number 8. My number 7, it's crazy. 5-6 years ago, this dude's name was Chalk, and he was like a stylist, bro. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's either hip hop mlacho or it's the most accommodating, you know what I mean, genre in the world. You know what I mean? It allows for transformation. It allows for someone to like really express themselves beyond what you think they've created for themselves. If you think of like someone like Kanye West, that's, you know, people think that's a producer. What the fuck is he doing with a mic? You know what I mean? But some of the most compelling verses in rap history have come from Kanye West. You know what I mean? So shout out to the one and only Stilo Macolite, you know, for a song called Bossy. His second verse on them, really dope.
Only having fun cause fun pays. You might never see me on the front page, but the news about it is that I really do it. If you catch me slipping, that's a bull slide. Fans I got on, I'm on grind mode, and the colors like me like I'm C4. Out on Rhythm City like I C-Po. Hold up, wait, let's really get it going.
I like the verse. Crazy acrobatic. I mean, it's that trap flow. You know what I'm talking about. It's that. You know what I'm talking about. But really cool. Really, you know, he did it really well. I really fuck with the album. Tropicana Jig, I fuck with it. It's the production is so strong. He did well on every song. He didn't, you know, if I just played you the stuff, you wouldn't go, what the fuck, this nigga. You know what I mean? It's really kind of like it sounds beautiful, sonically sound. You know, shout out to Stilo. He made my list. My number 7 for the month of September. My number 6 might surprise some people and might not surprise most is Dalez, LES, the North Gizas, for a song called Train Rides. She wanna ride on a choo-choo.
She wanna hop in the choo-choo. Yeah. Home again, keeping it hot for the summertime. Rev Simmons with the running man. Diamonds dancing like it's hammer time. Your man chilling with the mother guys. I'm a boss nigga certified. My girl looking like candy cane. The nurse side sitting hella high.
Look, it's crazy, right? It's like every time I talk about Les, it's like the first line. I always start with a disclaimer. I go, look, I know Les doesn't consider himself one of the best rappers, but yo, I've stopped, like over 2 years ago, I stopped saying that shit. You know, I stopped saying that shit because if you look at Les's body of work, it's so strong. He's like, albums are so strong. All the songs make sense. The shit is like so well put together. Even his verses are cool. You know what I mean? I think that it's time, you know, we start sprinkling some respect on Les's name, man, for real. And on Train Rides, like he really rides the shit out of that beat, you know. And he's in his bag right now. He probably dropping 3 albums a year now. You know what I mean? He's got another one in June, another one in September. Yeah, I don't know, you know. But yeah, shout out to Les for Train Rides. I fuck with it so hard. I really like how he wrote that. Yeah. That's my number 6. The LES. All right. Got down 5 now. Shit, we moving. Let me take a puff of this Camacho. It's new shit. Camacho. Shout out to Nell at JJ Kale for introducing me to this Camacho Ecuadorian cigar. Infamous. I'm sipping on that Henny VSOP. That's the entry level, man. We started VSOP. We don't recognize VS. So, my number 5 is the ghetto hero himself. Can we just put this little weird, stupid debate to rest? Some of y'all think like MT bodied me by any means. I've seen it on my time. I mean, I don't pay enough attention, but I've seen it on my time. And he's like, oh shit, MT. Look. Allen Iverson crossed over Jordan, and everybody got excited, right? He crossed them over. It was like, oh snap! Everybody got excited. But I'll tell you this: what no one tells is that Jordan got 38 points in that game and won the game. All right, so you get really excited. Shout out to Murder Mook, because he said this. People get really excited when they see someone who they think has no faults. You know, kind of like, yo, falter a little, or you know. And I mean, I didn't falter on that shit. My shit's impeccable. But yo, MT probably spat one of his best verses ever. So you know, and it was on my joint. I celebrate shit like that. I don't get mad. I don't go to a corner and go, this nigga got me. I celebrate that. That's what hip hop's about. And yo, he killed that verse. Shout out to Younger, the Chief as well. Yeah. Anyway, so my number 5, the Hustler. I don't know what the temperature is, bro. So my number 5 is MT with the title joint for his album Manando.
Beat your whole squad up, he had no contender. Loser too deep, you talking in foolery. He fucked them up when them niggas would bully me. Make you say sorry, then take all your jewelry. Rappers think they gangster, that is not new to me. A nigga tried to steal his blazer. Pussy nigga brought it back later.
Really beautiful, just a beautiful song. You know, I particularly fuck with the first verse where he kind of lays the ground for like a beautiful story, a sad, tragic story of his homie who used to look after him, to take care of the whole crew. You know, kind of reminded me of when Big goes, I had more, my crew was lame. I had more heart than most of them. You know what I mean? Or I had enough heart for most of them. And Manando seemed to be that guy, you know, who took care of the niggas, you know, who was like a screw-faced dude who was like, yo, take care, you know, any problems that, you know, the squad might have. And generally, cats like that, you know, I mean, tragically, you know, they kind of, you know, their fate ends in like either death or, you know. So yeah, rest in peace, Manando. I don't know who you are, bro, but MT immortalized this dude on record, and that's what hip hop's about. Beautifully, storytelling, really cool. You know, there's a moment that got me in the song where MT talks about, yo, you know, these dudes took his blazer and he handled himself so well that the dudes came back and gave the dude his blazer back. You know what I mean? It's just this beautiful imagery, man. Just really great storytelling. Shout out to MT. That's my number 5 for Manando. My number 4, this is some MC shit, man. This is like, Big Star Johnson for a song called Pablo featuring Zucci Coke Dope.
When you got your back to the wall and you all in, nobody answers your calls, like when you ballin'. So I get the mic up and I start recording. Blow it up, C4 when I'm free falling. I've been caught up in my thoughts like Escobar. Looking at the bar, not set so far. Fans trying to figure how I get so far. My fams trying to figure why I left so long.
I mean, what's there more to say about Big Star? Big Star's a lyricist. Big Star's an MC. Big Star will always, he'll always tick certain boxes. He'll tell you, he'll handle the song, and then after handling the song, he'll just give you little goodies. It's like, yo, okay, we're running, okay, cool, we're running, we're jogging, fine. But then he'll sprint a little, you know what I mean? Then he'll like, yo, stop, let you pass him, and then pass you. You know what I mean? He's that kind of player, or MC. And I really, I fuck with Big Star. I think he's gonna go on to do amazing things. Shout out to 5th Season. Joint called Pablo. That's my number 4. My number 3 is, I was telling the crew and everybody that ever since I discovered the dude, he's made the list. Ever since I came across this dude, One Shaman.
Populating my mind with dreams and memories. Reminiscing on days I fiend for chemistry. Long for connections I never thought I would have. Thank God for the pen and pad, console me when I was sad. Nowadays I'm thinking health and wealth. Invest in the ones around me, man, especially self. Independence is the common theme, mentally stealth. Set in place newer regimes, replacing ones we were dealt.
Because he's just supreme MC, man. He's just great MC. He's like classic MC, This is a guy who can do anything. He's one of those guys who, even if, I'm not saying this, even if he doesn't make it as an MC, he's the kind of guy who can go on to write jingles, go on to write be a writer at an ad agency, you know what I mean? Like you can tell that his pen is that strong, and every time he's done so many things. He's done on Drake beats. He's done some trap shit. He's done some classic 90s shit. But he just always finds a way to display his skill and does so many different flows. So I really like that. Kind of reminds me of a MC I know. Rare breeds, can do anything. I give you two guesses. No, not through me. So One Shaman for a joint called 93 Till Infinity. He uses that beat, so he calls it that. Really dope. Come on, just clean. If you listen to it, it's undeniable. It's one of those things, man. Just undeniable, man. Undeniable. Speaking of undeniable, Rouge, man. My number 2 for the month of September is Rouge.
I just got a text, what the hell about? Somebody put me in a booth, I gotta let it out. You can pick any heat, I ain't tripping on the beat. I just need a pen and paper for me to get the release. Please, give me 20 minutes, try to make it vivid. I'm my biggest critic, I'm done but never finished. Final touches in it, slap whatever is and repeat. Repeat till I get it, die don't please. Don't mind me, still stuck in my zone. Speaker, bang, 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 till blown. Niggas down to my jam, my song.
I'm just like, what I said, everything Big Star is. And on top of that, Rouge has just command of melody, man, and intent as well. I've been listening to an album for for weeks now, and there are some times when I'm like, yo, is that Left Eye? Is that Left Eye? Because she does this weird things with her voice, You can never change what you want, because you can never, it does this weird, strange things with the voice, which is cool. I mean, it's like, yo, that's flavor. But she just has so much in her bag, bro. It's too much in that arsenal, man. She could do the multi-syllabic stuff. I've heard her on joints from Miss Cosmo where she's just kind of vibing it out. I've heard her obviously on What Happened to Rap, you know what I mean? That kind of crazy, MC shit. And also just some storytelling, some beautiful heartfelt storytelling. Another one who's just incredibly strong. And that's what I've always said, man. I feel like, yes, definitely, women have a harder time in hip hop because it's male dominated. You kind of have to do twice as much as the dudes to just even get a ear. You know what I mean? And so many female MCs are disadvantaged by how they look, or you know what I mean? That's the first thing, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that's not what happens with dudes as well. I mean, if a dude comes through and he's fucking, you know, he's got that bummy swag, nigga, you know, like, yo, whatever, look at this nigga. You take that shit back to the motherfucking slajes, you know what I mean? So dudes also get that, but definitely women, you know, there are certain boxes that it seems that female MCs need to tick, you know? And I feel there's only one. Just be fucking undeniable. Just be undeniable. Just, you know, just beast out. Just show people what you got. Like, show them your heart, show them your skill, show them, and you know what I mean? Undeniable is undeniable, bro. Like, Marshall Mathers is a nerdy white dude from freaking Detroit, bro. Hardest fucking city in, you know, urban space in the U.S. And that dude managed to, like, you know, eke an existence out, and not just an existence, but, you know, climb the steeple, you know what I mean, or you know, summit this great mammoth of, you know, hip hop, you know. So yeah, so Rouge really got me with this joint called Deja Vu. The second verse is crazy. She kind of just takes you through the writing process, takes you through the DNA of writing a verse and the things that go through an MC's mind, and like, you know, shit, I've done this before. It's called Deja Vu, you know. I've done this before. I've been here. I've seen this. I've done it. I'll take this out. It's really well-written verse and impeccably written verse, you know. Rides that beat like crazy, man, you know. Shout out to Rouge. Infinite respect for you. Yo, go get that New Era Sessions as well. That shit is really cool. My number one for September. You see, it's crazy. If you're walking home and like 10 people tell you, "Yo, you look good, man. Yo, you look good." Yo, even if you felt like you look good, you're gonna get into a house and go straight to the mirror and say, "Yo, I'm killing this shit right here," you know, because, you know, and you know, that self-fulfilling prophecy, man, that you know, you become what people expect of you, you know. Muggs released an album, right? And he bodied that album. He's got beautiful songs on there, crazy verses. In fact, last month we put one of his verses on the list, you know. But unfortunately, or fortunately, Muggs still gets the title of like, yo, that feature MC, that guy that just kills it on the feature. And Muggs, M.A. my nigga, you don't help yourself when you go on Les's album on a joint called Something Else and do probably your best verse that you've done in like years, bro.
Fuck you, fuck niggas, you've been afraid. M.A. I still amazed. Kill a track and I kill a stage. The realest backer, they feel enraged. They know dub is no average. So what, I don't practice. I'm still nice in my madness. That's real life and it's balance. Bad bitches, two of them. Wake up. Who of them waking up in this hotel? She butt naked at Cofell. Her friend on me, you know well. I hit both and I won't tell. Real nigga, they chose well. My soul something I won't sell.
That shit is crazy. Like it's an incredible verse. When you guys recap this, you better play that whole verse so they can hear that whole shit. That shit is so beautiful, man. Great song as well. Shout out to Les. Beautiful song. But Muggs just bodies the shit out. And it's something about Muggs and Les, man. I don't know what kind of elixir Les be giving Muggs, but he needs to bottle that shit, put a brand on it, and just deliver straight to Muggs' crib. Because, yo, it just brings out the beast in Muggs. So, yo, Muggs gets my number one for the month of September on a joint called Something Else, which is on Les's High Level album. Go get that. Shout out to F2D. And that would seem to be a ribbity rap.
Mama was a soldier, Papa was a preacher. That's a Bible and a rifle. Tell me that don't make believers. How you get freedom? By evening the